The Man in the Enchanted Shawl, an African Tale. In the vibrant village of Nyanza, nestled between rolling hills and a serene river, lived a man named Kwesi. Known for his wisdom and kindness, Kwesi was respected by all. However, there was one peculiar thing about him: Kwesi was never seen without his shawl. It was a striking piece of fabric, richly colored and intricately designed, draped perpetually around his neck. He wore it everywhere, to the market, while working in the fields, even when he slept and bathed. The villagers whispered among themselves about the shawl. Some thought it was a family heirloom, others believed it had magical properties. Kwesi himself seemed unaware of the gossip, always smiling and greeting everyone warmly. One day, a mysterious stranger arrived in Nyanza. He was an elderly man with eyes that seemed to pierce through the soul. His name was Nana Kofi, a renowned spiritual seer who traveled from village to village, offering his wisdom and guidance. The villagers, curious and eager to know more about Kwesi's shawl, invited Nana Kofi to their village. Nana Kofi observed Kwesi from a distance for several days. He watched as Kwesi went about his daily routine, the shawl ever present around his neck. One evening, during a village gathering, Nana Kofi approached Kwesi and asked if he could examine the shawl. Kwesi, always polite, agreed without hesitation. As Nana Kofi held the shawl in his hands, his eyes widened in shock. He saw, not a piece of cloth, but a living snake, coiled around Kwesi's neck. The snake was enchanted, invisible to ordinary eyes, and it radiated a dark, malevolent energy. Nana Kofi quickly realized that Kwesi was completely unaware of the true nature of his beloved shawl. Determined to uncover the truth, Nana Kofi called for a village meeting. Under the moonlit sky, with the villagers gathered around, he revealed what he had seen. The crowd gasped in horror and disbelief. Kwesi, stunned and bewildered, struggled to understand. He had always felt an inexplicable attachment to the shawl but had never suspected anything sinister. Nana Kofi explained that the snake was a gift from an envious rival who had once vied for Kwesi's affections and influence in the village. This rival, skilled in dark magic, had enchanted the snake to appear as a beautiful shawl. It was designed to bind itself to Kwesi, draining his energy and ultimately, his life force. Kwesi, now aware of the truth, was determined to rid himself of the snake. Nana Kofi offered his help, but warned that it would not be easy. The enchantment was powerful, and breaking it would require immense courage and strength. The next day, they traveled to a sacred grove on the outskirts of the village. Nana Kofi prepared a ritual to dispel the dark magic. As the ritual began, the snake around Kwesi's neck started to writhe and hiss, tightening its grip. Kwesi felt a wave of fear, but he stood firm, determined to break free. Nana Kofi chanted ancient incantations, his voice growing louder and more powerful. With flash of light, the snake unwound itself from Kwesi's neck and slithered away into the forest, never to be seen again. Kwesi collapsed, exhausted but free. The villagers cheered and rushed to his side, lifting him up in celebration. Nana Kofi, though weary from the effort, smiled with satisfaction. The village had been saved from the dark magic that had plagued their beloved Kwesi. Months passed, and life in Nyanza returned to normal. Kwesi resumed his daily activities, feeling lighter and more at peace than he had in years. But one fateful evening, as he returned home from the fields, Kwesi spotted a familiar figure in the shadows. The snake, the same one that had once posed as his shawl, had returned. Kwesi's heart raced, and a sense of dread washed over him. The snake slithered closer, its eyes locking with his. In a calm yet firm voice, Kwesi declared, "You will not have power over me again." The snake hissed in defiance, but Kwesi was resolute. He hurried to his closest friend, Phoebe, and confided in her about the snake's return. Phoebe, wise and devout, urged Kwesi to come to the village church. "The power of prayer is strong, Kwesi. We will ask for divine intervention to rid you of this curse once and for all," she assured him. That Sunday, Kwesi entered the church, the snake coiled tightly around his neck. The congregation gathered, their faces a mixture of concern and determination. The pastor, a kind and powerful woman named Reverend Akua, led the congregation in fervent prayer. They prayed with all their hearts, calling upon the divine to deliver Kwesi from the dark enchantment. As the prayers grew more intense, the snake began to writhe and hiss violently. Kwesi felt a searing pain, but he held on, his faith unwavering. Suddenly, with a blinding flash of light, the snake uncoiled and fell to the ground, writhing in agony before disappearing into a puff of smoke. Kwesi fell to his knees, tears streaming down his face. He felt an overwhelming sense of relief and gratitude. The congregation erupted in joyous praise, their voices filling the church with songs of victory. From that day forward, Kwesi was truly free. The snake and its dark magic were gone forever, thanks to the power of faith and the support of his community. The story of Kwesi and the enchanted shawl became a powerful testament to the strength of the human spirit and the triumph of light over darkness. And so, life in Nyanza continued, with Kwesi and his fellow villagers living in harmony and peace, forever grateful for the blessings they had received.